S Arrow, and this is a What I'm Thinking debrief for the week of March 29th, 2015. While lately it seems like the majority of matches end in one-sided blowouts, there are still occasions where close battles do occur. These are situations where player skill shines, as good decision-making and situational awareness become critical. This is the endgame. Getting to the endgame is a tricky business. Passive second line or rear line play will often allow players to survive longer in a match. The problem, though, is that if your team gets wiped out, you will inevitably end up fighting the bulk of the enemy team with limited resources at your disposal. Unless the enemy trickles in one at a time, the chances of survival are fairly slim the majority of the time. On the other hand, very aggressive play can lead to severe damage or destruction. Aggressive play does have its benefits, though, as early match damage can tip a battle in your team's favor, which can lead to blowouts. The challenge is survival and hit point management. Engaging the enemy intelligently, keeping your gun in the battle while not being overly exposed to return fire so you can manage your hit points. Once you get to the endgame, it's all about evaluating the situation and making smart decisions. Information is power. Things like what tanks are left, where the enemies were last spotted, teammates' positioning, etc. become very important. With so few tanks left in the battle, vision control becomes critical, and tanks with longer view ranges gain a significant advantage on some maps. This makes optics and binocs rather useful pieces of equipment. While every endgame situation is different, it's important to stay calm so that you can make the right decisions and hit your shots when they matter the most. Keeping the endgame in mind, it's time for the match of the week. The replay they'll be looking at is a platoon battle from March 31st on Mountain Pass in my Conqueror. I am platoon with Liberty Valance in his M103 and Scrimshaw 3 in his E50. As noted on the loading screen, this is a standard battle. Reviewing tank composition for this battle reveals the following. This is a Tier 9 battle and my platoon is top tier. The teams are fairly balanced as far as tiering and hardware, although the enemy team has more heavy armor at the top as well as more speed with 3 AMX-13s. No Artie in this match. I recognize one player on our team, and that's Yankee. He's the commander of G and a tournament player. As the match loads in, I'm planning to head towards the middle of the map and set up at either G6 or H3. This will help protect against a middle rush from the enemy's AMX tanks and give me sniping opportunities across the middle. As the match gets underway, I'm going to start heading north and west. Liberty has already noticed that there's a lack of tanks headed down towards the ice road and is changing plans to cover that area. While this isn't the most critical area of the map, it still needs to be covered. I was originally going to go more towards the middle bridge, but I see that our LTTB is headed into the depressed section, so I'm going to head over towards the middle and see if I can get some snipe shots. You're going to see during this battle that I get caught up on terrain. It is due to being fatigued. I was particularly tired this evening. Our T-71 has gone into the ditch. He's taken some fire from the 1375. Got the 1375 and a 12T in the middle. I get a hit on the back of the 12T. I'm backing behind cover. Our AMX 5100 knocks him down. Got a Type 59 behind the rock at E2. I'm trying to line him up, but he disappears. 1375 is also behind a rock. Got a WZ-111 in the back. There are 4 tanks on the ice road at B6. I get hit by the Type 59. I'm trying to line him up, but he's being pretty smart about not popping back out in the same spot and shuffling back and forth behind the rock, so I can't guess where he's going to come out. I'm poking, trying to see if I can line up the 1375, but I'm unable to. The enemy's got an E75 Chiri and AMX 1390 on the western road. Scrimshaw's dealing with that right now. Our LTTB has gotten up on the ridge and he's taking fire from the 1375. He's dropped back in, but he's taken a lot of damage. I'm going to try to pop back out. I don't have any shots still. Everything has disappeared that was in my sights. There is the WZ-111. I take a shot, but I bounce. I take a return hit that bounced, I think from the Type 59. We lost our A44. Not sure exactly where he was. We also just lost Yankee in his Super Pershing Our 1390 knocks down their 1390. I've noticed that the E75 is pushing on our 5100, and I'm going to have flank shots in a minute. I get a hit on the E75. I'm reloading, trying to see what I can line up. I'm not particularly interested in shooting the Comet, but he is in the open. But then the Chi-Ri and E75 back off together. I hit the Chi-Ri. I actually wanted to hit the E75, but I'll take the hit. Trying to line up the E75 one last time, and my shot misses. I can see that our 5100 is in trouble. I'm going to pull forward and try to get a rear shot on this Comet. We lost our T-71. Line up the Comet, and I take him down. Scrimshot took down the Chi-Ri. Liberty has indicated to me that he's going to pull off the ice road. It's protected by a hull-down Jagdtiger, which is going to be too costly to dig out. He's going to head back through base and join me. Kind of hoping that the E-75 would try to come up on the ridge again, but he's not moving in that direction at this point. No enemies currently spotted. Liberty is currently pulling off the ice road. He's headed back towards Cap. Our IS-3 is pushed up. He is at B6, trying to take on a Tiger and a Jagdtiger by himself. I don't see that ending well. We lose our IS to their IS-3. Their WZ-111 is dropped into the ditch. I'm going to pop out and see if I can get a flank shot. And I get a hit on his flank, backing out. I'm going to try to line up the IS-3. It took a hit there to the track. I bounced. 1375 hits me, that time for damage. Backing out of that position. The temptation in that scenario is to waste your repair kit. I didn't waste it the first time, but I did use it that second time. Probably wasn't a great choice. The enemy E-75 is dropped in the ditch. I'm going to try to take him down. I didn't take a really good shot there and I missed. Didn't spend the time to line it up. Using my gun depression so that I can aim down on him. And as I reload, I take him down. I'm now taking shots in the rear from their AMX 1390. Liberty has rejoined me. Welcome to the endgame scenario for this match. The enemy has a 5-tank lead with 9 tanks remaining versus our 4, which is a bit dire to say the least. Although we do have the advantage of having our platoon still alive, which means we'll have superior coordination and our tanks are all in good shape health-wise. Liberty wants us to be patient and let the enemy come to us so that we can mass our firepower. Just in the nick of time. My check gets repaired. I'm going to turn around and go after the 1390. Liberty is moving in on him. Right now, the enemy has a 5-tank lead. Come around the rocks. Knock down the AMX 1390. A Waffenträger off Panzer IV. Peeking. He missed Liberty. Have a Jagdpanther. Snap off a shot. Get a hit. He's down to 18 hit points. Liberty knocks him down. I make the call that I'm going to chase down the Waffenträger. Need to get this enemy off our rear so that we can focus on the other direction and not have to worry about having our backs exposed to another enemy. The Waffenträger gets a hit on the rear of the IS-3 and lights him on fire, knocking him down. Now down to just our platoon in this match. We are 4 tanks behind the enemy. I get caught up on a wreck in between the rocks. Can't quite snap a shot off at the Waffenträger. I'm going to be forced to push in here. Come around the corner. We shoot at the same time. I knock him down. This wasn't the best move on my part, being so aggressive against the Waffenträger 4, and I took significant damage in this exchange. While I could afford to take that hit, it's not the best hit point management at this stage of the match. The Tiger has moved up. I get a hit on him, and I back out. As I try to finish backing out, he hits me in the track, but doesn't do any damage. Rather than try to take on that Tiger, which will likely end badly due to his high rate of fire, I'm going to back out of this position and support Liberty, who is now being attacked by the WZ-111 and Type 59. Swing around the corner. Liberty knocks down the WZ-111. I'm lining up the Type 59 and I get a hit. The Type 59 is trying to get away from us by going to the rocks. He's backing up a little too much, and I snap a shot off and knock him down. We've lost Scrimshaw to the enemy's AMX 1375. My plan right now is to push on that 1375 and knock him down, but he has dropped into cover. I'm going to move up towards him and see if I can spot him. Enemy IS-3 pops up. Liberty gets a hit on him. I've got flanks, and I get a hit in his flank. He's actually behind the wreck from me right now. He pulls past the wreck, then he backs up a little too far, but Liberty knocks him down before I can get a shot off on him. Line up the 1375, who just popped back up, and I knock him down. With the match tied up, Liberty has raised a valid concern, which is that the enemy is likely pushing the ice road and may be behind us already. We both turn back to protect Cap and hopefully intercept the Tiger that was last spotted at C7. And considering we were just overlooking the middle, the Tiger is likely pushing the ice road. I was thinking about climbing the hill for a second, but I didn't really see the value in doing that. Liberty spots the Tiger, gets a hit. I wait for him to shoot. Pop out, get a hit. Liberty lines him up, gets the kill. After taking down the Tiger, we now have the advantage in this match. While we don't know where the Yag Tiger is, we have more mobility and Liberty can take a hit. I likely can't take a hit from the JT, as an average or better damage roll would knock me out. We're planning to head back to G6 and see if the Yag Tiger comes after us. If not, we may head towards the enemy cap. We spot the Yag Tiger. I'm moving back towards the rocks to try to get some cover. As I move up and zoom in, he bounces a shot off of Liberty. I can only see his upper hull. He's behind a wreck. Take a shot and bounce. I had switched to premium rounds at this point, just in case, but I'm going to be very hard pressed to pen the front of the Yag Tiger superstructure. I bounce the Yag Tiger shot. He snapped the shot off and missed Liberty, I believe. Again, fatigue being an issue here. I bump into the Type 59 wreck because I'm just not really fully cognizant of what's going on. With Liberty backing the Yag Tiger down the hill, I make the call to flank up the middle. As long as Liberty is careful, I'll have time to get to the bridge and have free shots at the JT's rear. I've switched back to regular rounds because I know I'm going to have rear shots on the Yag Tiger. Liberty gets a hit on the Yag Tiger but takes a hit himself. He's now one-shottable. I tell him to be careful at this point. I will get around, I just need a little bit of time. The Yag Tiger is all the way in the ditch, trying to stay away from Liberty. I'm a little nervous here as I'm going to be shooting 90 degrees to my hull and I don't want to fall off the bridge by accident. That'd be a tragedy. Get far enough out where I can line up the Yag Tiger, let my crosshairs settle, and knock him down for the win. Looking at the after action screens, I destroyed 7 tanks for a Top Gun, damaged 6 more for a Confederate, hit 20 of 23 shots with 16 penetrations, did 4,730 points of damage, and earned 1,996 experience. I also earned a Crucial Contribution Medal and an Ace Tanker badge. Overall, my platoon started off this match by splitting up in order to provide coverage on both flanks. I took up a central position with good hard cover to provide support to our light tanks that went into the depressed area. As our team started to get whittled down, Liberty pulled off the flank he was on to assist me. His return to the middle of the map coincided with the start of the endgame phase of this match. While our team was outnumbered 9-4, our superior platoon coordination paid off, allowing us to quickly knock out enemy threats as they cropped up. When I took on a low-health Waffenträger off Panzer IV, I was overly aggressive, which cost me a significant amount of health. I felt this was a critical move to keep the enemy from flanking our position and was worth the risk. Still, it wasn't the best hit point management given the disparity in tanks that still existed at this point in the match. After this point, the enemy would only trickle in one at a time, which made it easy for Liberty and I to deal with. Some good decision making on our part kept the enemy Tiger off cap, allowing us to deal with and take down the enemy Jagdtiger to win the match. Thank you for watching this What I'm Thinking debrief. Stay tuned for more content soon.